Guys, what is going on? It is Spherical here, and today we are back with Nisemonogatari episode number 2. I'm gonna waste no time today because I have I'm finally on my last day of normal classes before finals, so hopefully that's a sign that I'll be able to start, putting my full effort back into YouTube, because as you guys know, especially on Patreon, I've been a little bit behind constantly for like the past month or so. But again, today is when I'm finally gonna be caught. I mean, I still have to study for finals and stuff. But anyways, that aside, episode 3. Again, last 2 episodes we kind of just got reacquainted with all the characters that we've already seen. I guess the only one that we haven't really done that with yet is Hanakawa. And Senjokuhara, kind of. We saw her like have a beginning scene, but I don't know where we're gonna go with this episode, but I'm ready to get right into it. So let's go. Links in the description. Come back here afterwards. Let's start the episode. All right, so that was Nisemonogatari episode number 3. In this episode, of course, the main focus was Kaiki. We met Kaiki. Don't know much about him other than the fact that he is an expert, similar to Oshino or Guillotine Cutter, which, by the way, again, Guillotine Cutter, I think this is the first instance of something directly being referenced from the movies that I can think of right now that wouldn't really have made any sense if we hadn't have watched the movies. Of course, Guillotine Cutter being the third of the 3 people that Araragi fought in the movies. I guess there's probably a lot more examples, especially from Bakemonogatari, of things that were referenced that wouldn't have made any sense. Like, for example, literally the very first scene of Bakemonogatari, which, by the way, I forgot to talk about, but I did go back and fully rewatch that after watching the movies, and it's crazy how those scenes are literally like exact scenes from the movies, just not really, because they were redrawn for the movies, of course, being that they came out way later, but you know what I mean. This guy is super interesting. He seems to be a fraud. He tried to help Senjokuhara, or he said he would, of course, and didn't, and I guess took money from them. Again, how does he do what he does? Is he really a fraud, or maybe he just misunderstood? That could be a possibility. What's up with him? Aragi's younger sister is in trouble. What does that mean? What does that mean? I mean, it means she's in trouble, but why? Or she just said help, I guess. I feel like maybe it's going to be just like a gang, like she was just, I don't know, got into a fight with Aragi's other sister, and maybe that's all it was. But then Aragi's gonna go over there, and they're gonna both be fine. But then something is actually gonna happen, or something. I don't know. Or maybe she really has, because, like, I don't know why they would be involved at all. Because as far as we know, neither of them are involved with the supernatural shit at all. But I don't know. I don't know, man. But again, it's super weird. I guess now that I guess bring it up. I guess this isn't the one of the only 2 other male characters we've met besides Araragi, because I guess there were the 3 vampire hunters from the movies, but they felt a little, well, yeah, they felt a little bit different in the sense that they didn't feel like real characters. They just kind of felt like obstacles for Araragi to overcome in the movie, whereas it feels like this guy that we met this episode, he feels like he might be a reoccurring character for a little while. You know what I mean? But it's just so weird, because male characters, what are those? What is the male gender in this show? They don't exist. And I guess it's partly because, too, like, the only characters that we've ever seen in this show are the main characters. Like, there's nobody else that exists on this planet. And again, that's just part of the abstract vibe. That's actually one thing that, no fault of this show, because that's just it's one of the things that make this show what it is. But I never really liked the idea of having a show that's not populated at all besides the main characters. Like, it just feels so empty. But I guess that's the vibe that the show is meant to give off. Like, it's just nothingness besides our main characters. You know what I mean? I don't know. I never really liked that way of portraying things, though. I don't know, I always like it better when things feel popular, because it feels more rooted in reality. Although, again, when we go back to this show, nothing is really rooted in reality at all. It's all just fucking abstract. So again, it's not something that I can fault the show for because it's part of the vibes of the show, but it's something that I never really liked. Unless that's like part of the story, like, you know, I can't really think of an example, but uh, I don't know. If it's part of the story where like there's supposed to be nobody else around, then I guess it makes sense. But I don't know. I just feel so damn empty. I don't like it. I feel sad inside every time I watch the show because nobody else exists on this planet. Um, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for this episode. Again, we are already at this point. I mean, past a quarter way through this season. So again, we're cruising our way through. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. So as always, early access, full length, and it's down to patreon.com/verticalfilms. But with all that out of the way, I do thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all on Thursday with episode number 4 of Nisemonogatari. Until then, peace out.